Hello, we feel. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grand rising, great day, great afternoon, good evening, good night. Middle of the night. Not for sure what now it is, where you're at, but this is your girl Lati here at the Wheat Field on Tears and Wheat to Rose show, where we take a look at the tears in your life, my wheat, and let you know what's projecting back at you so that you can see what it is and make the adjustment and move around. I am a channeled messenger. I am. I'm a channeled messenger, and I sit and channel with the infinite intelligence, the creator, our source, the Most High God. And considering that the Most High God called everything by His wisdom, His infinite intelligence, His word is imprinted on everything. And it can use everything to speak to us. And it uses everything to speak to me. So I just getting up, getting going, not just getting up, but we've been up for a little minute. We done did a little prayer, a little bit of meditation, touch base with family and friends this morning, say hello, great day, I love you fam, I love you all, I love you Wheatfield, I love you, welcome, welcome. Again, if this is your first time, it's like cooking with cold Crisco, you hear, it's thick. My voice is also out because I got damage to my vocal cords. I've been using them a whole lot. Yeah, they stressed. And I got sinuses and allergies. It's all irritated. We did that. We woke. We prayed. Spirit said, yeah, we did that one too. Now it's time to slay. Spirit said, let's get it. Let's jump on into this topic. We out of this text today, people. Yeah, we carry a lot of them. I told you, when we say we seek diligently, we try to be after that just a little bit. We definitely don't have as many books as we would like to have. Like, we have a desire to have a whole library in our house. Like, to turn a bedroom into like a whole library. We have a couple of 4-5 rows of bookshelves and just fill them all up. We would love to do that, but we got a few right now, so we're gonna practice on this one. And we right now are digging into the principal thing, y'all. My favorite, you know, that is my thing. When Father said, you know, let there be light, the principal thing was right there. Like, Father, yeah, let's get it, my wheat, let's get it. Oh, let's get it, my wheat, let's get it. Oh. That's what the infinite intelligence was saying to the Father. Is that right? Yeah, I know. I'm silly. You pulled me back. You made me. Yes, you did. Okay. So the intelligence was right there. And the ability to have life created in creation, everything, it all was called by the Father using its intellect and connecting force, breath of life, prana. Yes, all right. So when we look at prana and the control of the source, right? So pranayama is the control of life, your force, your energy force, right? To be able to sit in control of that. And we have talked, not just talked, but spoken on and read from the seven laws of success, the 7 spiritual laws of success, I believe. And it speaks on wisdom. And we're talking about that principal thing that bakes in uncertainty into life, right? So we know some things are certain, some things are by design, right? Your vessel is by design. Some things are by design. And then some things are open to the potentiality of like whatever variation of choice that can be made, right? So when there's a variation of choice, you as a co-creator with source coming together in alignment, right? You supposed to move this thing. You can move like Source will guide you. But if we are misaligned, where the outer self, the mind, forward-facing mind that has not come into remembrance that the spiritual eternal self is first and primary, and that this vessel is simply designed to bring in information, process it, and have the spiritual make the decision and give on to thee, and we surrender to that decision making and act it out through the vessel. Like it is this whole dance of receiving and giving that we do. But when we are not in control, or we are not consciously aware of the full cycle of wisdom that is taking place, not only within us, but on the outside of us, it is very difficult to sit in this space that we're going to talk about. So this is the nature of right action. Again, this is in the Bhagavad Gita. Another good pickup you can pick up from any bookstore, Barnes and Nobles, whoever, you know. So it says, he under all circumstances, he who under all circumstances is without attachment. We talked about the law of detachment in the other book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. So we looking at this in multiple, make sure we seeing this consistently. Power of discipline says control. You can use your anger. You can control it. You can transmute it, right? It's a wisdom to that. 7 Spiritual Laws says to detach. A law of detachment. You can see life, you can feel it, you can observe it. You observe it and learn, but you don't have to take it on to self-detach from it. Detach. Here is saying the same thing. He who under all circumstances is without attachment and neither elated by goodness nor depressed by evil, is a man or woman of established wisdom. We'll read that one more time. He who under all circumstances is without attachment, is neither elated by goodness nor depressed by evil, is a man established wisdom. Is a man of established wisdom. Is a man of established wisdom. Yes. Where is it you would like for me to go? When the yogi, like a tortoise, a yogi is a person who just is a teacher, a grand teacher, a grand master in the old ancient ways of control, self-control, wisdom, the knowledge of self, the all. Is that right, Father? Yes. So when the yogi, like a tortoise, withdrawing its head and limbs into its shell, is able to withdraw its energy from the objects of sense perception, sensory perception. Again, from what are you seeing? What are you hearing, right? What do you taste, smell? What do you feel? All of that, yeah, because it's 6, not 5, right? Okay, thank you. You'll have to help me with that. Yes, thank you. When you withdraw your energy away from the things that you can sense, you can see, taste, smell, hear, feel in the spirit. Yeah, that's this right here in the inside of the body, and there, that energy centers. When you draw your energy away from that, but into yourself, you become established in wisdom. For really, where is the truth, the wisdom at, Father? With the source. And how do we seek wisdom truly? Where do we go? Where do we look? Everywhere. So to seek wisdom is to seek diligently, and to do that we seek everywhere. Okay. So where would you like to go from here? Okay. Yeah. Am I allowed? Yes. Okay. Control of what the Yogananda used to call the sense telephones. Again, senses. The control of what Yogananda, the it's an old yogi, yes, okay. Used to yogis themselves, the group of yogis, thank you. Control of what the Yogananda used, it's a people called the sense telephones, like your senses. It's essentially, is there an energy attacking this message? Can you please, Father, please clear this channel, clear it, clear my channel. Lock out any energy. Protect me in your white light. Protect me in your highest light in love. Thank you. Wrap me in this light. Please allow your message to be given out to the wheat field. Thank you so much. Using me as your willing messenger at service. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm humble to serve. Thank you. Please protect me as we deliver it. Don't allow anything to come in against the message until it has been delivered. And I pray that anyone, everyone, every week that you need to resonate will be brought to this space, magnetize them to this space so that they may hear, that they may feel and resonate. And we ask that they do, if they do vibe, that they subscribe, yes, and share this message out with those others who may also need it. Thank you so much. I stand on your authority, the Father of creation, and I ask that you make it so, and you seal it. You make it so, Father, by your authority. You seal it with the "it is done." Ashe. All right, y'all. It's a rough. It's choppy, but we gonna get it out. I'm telling y'all. Sometimes it be cooking like with that cold Crisco. We 12 minutes in and still trying to get this thing warmed up, you know. And I'm not for sure if it is the measure of control that I feel, because I was speaking to a beloved yesterday about feeling that my control and my resolve being tested, right, to stand firm and stand assured and self-assured in the resolve, in my controlled, measured state, like to pull back and to stay back at all times, right? And so when those little things come up and it continues to push your energy to test you, to see if you come out of that control, how will you respond? Over the course of the couple of days, I have been pushed, but it doesn't, and in those instances, I still came out of the control. I chose to attach rather than to detach. And I'm working on reversing that behavioral pattern, right? It's because we talk about, we go and we sit. Let's get a sip, y'all. Come on, let's get this sip. As a matter of fact, let me grab a crystal. We got our finger here. Yeah, we got it right there. We're going to put our little ink pen, our blue ink pen. We're going to put that right there. Let's get a crystal. Rub some energy. Yes. Yes. Come to balance and peace. Yes. I told y'all, sometimes it be like cooking with that cold Crisco. You got to throw it on the pan. You got to scoop it out. And sometimes, if it's that last little bit in there, you got to dig around the corners and the edge. Get that Crisco out. Oh, Father. Had to pray. Yeah, I do. Because we hear these all the time. We are given principles, right? We are. We're given follow wisdom. Get knowledge. Lean on to understanding. have good communication. But who really teaching us how? How do you do that? We go to school and they say, do this, right? But then you get a worksheet that say, break this down, do this here, do this there, that like that. You know, when you on a spiritual walk and you trying to do good and you trying to change, you trying to get control of this here thing, and especially if you got layers of stuff that is not common to the rest of the world, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes your situation might have some nuances and some idiosyncrasies that the whole world just don't understand. They don't. Or the people that got the resources to give you what you need don't get it. Or is diluted in such a way that it keep you from still getting all the way to whole. Like you can't even really talk about the whole thing. We talked about that, y'all. Did we not? Come on with it. I told you we'd start getting heating up. We will. Come on, Infinite. Thank you so much. The whole Infinite, the whole Infinite, the whole. The Father, the Most High God, the Most High God that using you, its intellect, God's own intellect. Woo, come on in here, Father. Yes. Talk to your weak feel and tell them that I am, that I am. And I have a whole intellect, like the whole intellect that caused all of creation. When I mean all, like the everything, like the everything, not just this thing that you know about. This thing, no, this ain't the everything. It's just this thing, the Father said. And everything that the Father made, it made using its wisdom, its intellect, and our ability to tap into that wisdom to baby, my wheat, when I tell you, it is that principle thing. It is the principle. It is the word of the cosmos, if you want to rock it like that. It is the word of the cosmos. It is. And people try to put a name on the word of the cosmos. They do it all the time. Spirit pull me back. I know. I ain't going to go deep with that thing. That's Latif. I'm just saying. Folks like to put a name on the infinite, and the infinite is infinite for a reason. We say infinite for a reason. We say infinite, the Most High God, because there is no God above the Most High. You just cannot put something above the Most High. You cannot say the Most High is the am that I am in that which cannot be named, yet put a name on him. Can I name the Most High God? No. Cannot. Absolutely can't. But most people accept both at the same time. We do. We witness a double-minded position all the time. And we all are in the same wheat field. Because I have belief and unbelief at the same time. I have fear and faith at the same time. Yeah, I have worry and anxiety, all while I have confidence and self-assuredness. All of those exist at the same time. So yeah, the ability to come to balance with all of that, my week. Spirit said get a sip, but we get into that. That's the purpose. Okay, we just gonna put that right here. Let me put the crystal down. Okay. To come to balance with that, my week, like to be able to detach yourself in a way where you can pull back from that thing and really sit, because I know nothing, like nothing. I know what's given on to me, what's been revealed to me, what I can study in books and texts, what I could observe in my body and nature and the systems around me, what the source says to me. And I can't go against what the source says to me, like in understanding that and awareness that is true. Right? And I know that, there's multiple energies that will try to speak to you and tell you, oh, this energy, oh, I just got this sensation, maybe we want to go do such and such, but that ain't for your highest good. You want to question, where did that energy come from? Right. To sit in a position of detachment allows you that observer type of position, a watcher type of position. Like you could watch yourself in things that are happening from a third party perspective and see that thing objectively. And when you could see things objectively, again, clearly, removing the speck from your own eye, then you will be able to move in discernment. Because, beloved, our vessels don't see nothing. We don't see. We are informational, that we have informational gateways. Like how the book said, since telephones, did it call it? Since telephones, right? And the telephone allows you to talk to somebody else. It gives information. It's communication pathway through power lines, right? Electricity carrying sound, right? So when we really break that down, carrying sound carrying brings information, sound and light. Movement bringing information, sound and light moves to bring information to you, received by the vessel. And as the best vessel brings in the information, it brings it in, receives it, and what does it do? It processes it, takes it into the kingdom. And what does happens in the kingdom? It processes it back up and gives it to the Father. And the Father gives what? The answer, and it comes back down. And then we as the vessel do what? Or the Spirit, which with the Spirit, and then we obey. We obey, we surrender onto the advice, and what happens? We create out. That is a conscious choice making, sitting in wisdom and understanding that you're receiving the information that this vessel isn't to initially act on. We kind of coming from that knee-jerk reaction we talked about. But honestly, it's the reverse. We receive it in and we send it up to the Father to be processed. We receive the information back down. Align ourselves with that will. What has just been told to us, we align ourselves with the wisdom and come into agreement with that. And as we come into agreement, we surrender and we act it out. And then we are now moving in the forward that's in alignment for our highest good, because Source says so. We've already processed it, and we're not taking it based on what we formulated in this mind, but it's been delivered and revealed onto us. And to sit in that space of wisdom is awesome. Like and it can be scary and feel like, oh, that's going to take too much time. That's going to take too much time to, oh, I got to take it in and meditate on it. It's not it can happen just like that, could it not? Because your body is developed, your body, the vessel is developed in such a way that it has an instant, almost instantaneous response time. It is in tune. And when I say again, immaculate, like how we get upset because our computer is, spinning or buffering for 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Your body doesn't buffer for 2, 3, 5 seconds. Your body is pristine. This right here, CPU, processes like this. If you consciously practice, take it in, let it flow up, you get that hit, and it come back down. And do we build up information in our vessel? Yeah, we do. Can we access that information for decision making instantly? Yes, we can. So if I receive something in, can I filter it up? My body responds and say, "Halt, yes." Is that going to lead me in error? Yes. And what is that response? It's called fear. So when you have a fear response to something, it's most likely telling you to pause on that thing, to wait, to look at it, to hesitate, because you may be moving in a way that is going to cause you error. Yeah. Flip it. You think about something, you get that information in, you feel it, it comes in, it resonates, you get it. Like, is it the instant, what is it? Joy. Deep knowing of joy. Act. Right? Deep. Regret. No. Act. but to sit and to rest and control balance. Balance, I feel balance. Meditating, resonating in balance. Processing. You will have it revealed onto you which way you should act, which way you should perform. Because both sides of action have good cause and can be called in for use at any time. Is that right? No. What am I saying wrong? Wrong. No action is wrong. Always move. So we shall always be moving, right? Okay. My apologies for misstating. We should always be in movement, always be in flow, always be looking, always discerning, always seeking for revelation. So the actions that we do take are conscious and in alignment with what the Most High is guiding us towards, which are your highest good. Is that right? Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Because I wasn't meaning like no action at all. To meditate and to seek revelation is action. It's just not us moving physically before we have the revelation to move. Is that right, Father? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Just want to make sure I clear that up, because if I don't say it in a particular way, the Infinite does say there's an error in that, because the way that we phrase, the way that we term can make a difference. It can change. Is it distort? Yeah, it could distort the outcome. It'll be mixed results. Universe hears order of words and delivers them all. Speak truth only. Speak truth only. And Source says the universe, infinite intelligence says that the way we speak and the order in which we speak has an effect on how the universe will manifest and deliver that thing back onto us. So it's very important that we pause and we think about how we are phrasing what we're saying, because we will end up with mixed results in what it is that we are receiving back. And we kind of touched on this in some of our earlier sessions, how we look at disease and illness and things like that, and why is it so prominent? But language has taken that onto self as culture in ways that is calling it to us, right? Oh, this, right? And talking to a thing, but we are speaking it out, and we will end up calling that thing in. Like, give me more of this. Give me more of this means that I want more opportunities to practice that. Because we're praying for mercy. We're praying for grace. We're praying for mercy. Mercy is more days, more time, more opportunities to practice, right? So if I'm praying for, again, some of those other tenets that I already have, I'm praying for things that are going to make me dig into or recognize what I already have. You will notice that I'm refraining from saying I'm calling and asking for certain things, because you can fill in the blank yourself. Whatever you fill the blank in, just mindfully know that you will create or call an opportunity to become that thing. I will say that I am patient. As I sit here, I am patient, I am mighty, I am whole, I am healthy, I am healed, I am intelligent, I am wise, I am understanding, I am empathetic. That is the power of the now, of the I am statement. You claim it now. You state it now. It is the is. Because there's nothing but the now. All of creation is now. All of creation is whole now. And to detach from what it looks like through this sensory, what it feels like through this sensory, what it sounds like through this sensory, what it tastes like, what it smells like, all of that, even the sensation, right? To detach from that and stay rooted and grounded in the simple truths, like the basic truths that we can tell each other, the things that there is really no argument about, right? Again, beloveds, we fight over the things that we agree on. We agree that we are held all in creation. We do. We agree that we are in creation itself. We agree that the Most High made all of creation. We agree that. And I believe that if we can agree that we are all in creation and that the Most High made it all, that's really, at that point, then we can pull back from what the eyes see and what my ears hear and what I can touch and what I can smell and what I can taste and what I can feel as an emotion. I can detach from that because I know at the basic root that all of creation is made by the source, the Most High God. And I can see all of creation as the source, as the Most High God. Pieces of the Most High God. And with that basic truth, you only see the wisdom, you see uncertainty, you see design, you see the growth, you see transition, you see the abruptness and the swift change when the wind blows and everything shifts. You see everything. You see the magnificence of the life. You get the opportunity to get a glimpse of the grandeur of the universe, of the cosmos, of creation itself. You get a chance to really get a peek at how magnificent Source is. Get the book? Yes? Okay. I gotta get it because Source says we gotta get it. Thank y'all for honoring me with your patience on that thing. Source says we have to get it. Here it is. 7 spiritual laws of success. And, yeah. Which one? Huh? Yeah. Do you want to start here? Or you want to start? Okay. This is, we turn right to the law of least effort. Is it the fourth spiritual law? The fourth spiritual law, the law of least effort, where it says we were talking about accepting that our Creator, the Source, the Logos of all, created all things, just creation. Everything is held in creation. Everything is creation, right? Everything. So the manifest and the unmanifest, like all of it. Having accepted this circumstance, event, or this problem, or anything, when you can look at, when you pull back, you accept that the Father is all, and everything is the Father. Everything is Source, and Source is everything plus all, right? It's yeah, I know that sounded weird, but anywho, just roll with your girl. You can have appreciation for anyone or anything, any situation, including yourself, when you accept that everything is Source and everything is the Most High God. Having accepted that circumstances, that event, your problem, this problem, responsibility now means that you have the ability to have a creative response to any situation as it is now. So in the now, when you accept that creation is whole and complete and there is nothing missing, nothing broken, there is nothing missing, nothing broken, there is no separation, there is no division. All is whole in creation. When we get to that point of acceptance, we can really see that every event or problem means that we have the ability to have a creative response. We are response able. And why are we response able? Because all problems contain the seeds of opportunity. This is the certain with the uncertain, the design with the potential, all mixed in at the same time. And this awareness allows you to take the moment and transform it into a better situation. And we can do this because we are taking the information in and processing it and having the answer revealed. We surrender onto what is being told to us. What do we hear internally to do? We surrender onto that and act accordingly. When we come to balance and act in balance and alignment, yes, Father, balance and alignment, and act accordingly, surrendering to the will of the Father. Because that is the goal. It is not onto our will. We are surrendering unto the will of the Most High. In order to practically do that, it is not about just going into anybody's building and saying, I surrender myself onto such and such in this way and that way, and this is how I practice. The practicality of taking in information, being able to practice, to sit in it, to bring it inside, to meditate with it, or just to bring it in and have it filled within the vessel, sent up, come back down, in alignment, coming into alignment with that thing, par. Yes. And seeing it from an observer standpoint. Yeah, I'm balanced with it, in alignment. Father's will, the Father, the source. And I surrender to that. I surrender. And then I move it forward. I push it out. That is a action that can happen just like that. Doesn't have to take all day. Doesn't have to be like a whole. Because you get a gut feeling. Your kingdom speaks to you. You get it. Your spirit tells you. You can feel it here. You can feel it in your senses. Your whole senses tell you, don't do that. Don't do that. That might not be good. Or, yeah, that feels good, you know. And if you are balanced, it's running in such a pristine thing, it just happens. It just flows out and flows out. And, again, you get in the flow. But to pull back first and get into the practice of flow, right? The practice of flow. To be able to do that and come into flow with the Father and just pull that into balance is very, very, it takes the practice, mindfulness. And as you practice and stay mindful and controlled, the body will begin to, it will tune, it will come into tuning, right? You will tune your centers and they will run so smooth that it'll be like, again, that Kundalini flow. Like, right? And then all things being revealed onto thee in spirit, and you will be able to just rest with it. And it'll be revealed onto thee. Yeah. So, and then whatever you push out and express out will be in goodness, in alignment. Is that right, Father? Yes. This right here feels like it was kind of all over the place. But Father wants me to say this. Once you do this, Every so-called upsetting situation will become an opportunity for the creation of something new and beautiful. And every so-called tormentor, tyrant, will now become a teacher. Reality is an interpretation. And if you choose to interpret reality in this way, you will have many teachers around you and many opportunities to evolve. Many opportunities to evolve, ever changing, ever unfolding, right? Because it's so much information that you receive in, and you have so many opportunities to express, right? So many. But to potentiate in that way and have it unfold and move you towards your destiny place and not be stuck, right? Or trudging along, I feel like just trying to grind out, is really the pulling back. The least amount of effort is actually what gets you there. And it's funny because people always say the more you earn, the less people do. And it's true. Because they discover and they understand that the secret is not in how you, it is where you place the energy, not how much energy you exert. It is intentional, it is focused, it is conscious, right? It is getting to balance with things, learning how to detach, not taking things on as person or self, onto suffering, right? But we bring it in for informational processing. And in that processing, we take it in, we have what is going on is up to the one who can give us the answer. And it comes back down, we feel it and process it, surrender, submit onto it, and we act and push it and propel it forward. Yes, we are consciously aware that we are not the drivers of this reality. And when we are consciously aware that we are not the driver, that the spirit, our essence is, the Most High God, we're here to bring all of this in alignment with the Father. And once we bring the information, all of this into self, into the kingdom, and we send it up to come into alignment, we are here then as actors, vessels, messengers in our own individual right to move the message of the Father forward, to move creation forward. The word of creation, the word of the Father. And where is the word? It is written all over creation. The word of the Logos is in everything that it made. So for us to come into unity eventually is to come into the full awareness of the Father. And how can we ever do that without unity and balance? We will always be seeking not only self, but pieces of the source, all of source. All of source that is you, all of source that is me. Because I recognize you as source. Because we started with the premise. I can see the basic, fundamental, foundational truth that at the very minimum, the very least, which is everything, that the source, our God, the Most High, whether you say God, in it, the Most High, the creator of the is, the creator of the all, the creator of everything that is in existence, the creator of the manifest and the unmanifest, of everything, did that by its intelligence. And by its intelligence, it did create all. That it has a breath, an animating force, a spirit that connects us all. And we can say that we are all connected because you can hear me, you can see me, through these two things that only pick up information and energy. When we couple those things, that you are not physically seeing me, you are discerning me. You are putting together the pieces and the sound, and you are all at the same time, magnificently, beloved, discerning me, you are formulating the language, you are putting together the understanding, you are putting together the judgment, whether or not you agree with what I say. All of this, whether or not you want to remain engaged, all of these things are happening simultaneously like this, firing off. Your nerve systems are firing off. Your body is still functioning. Your liver, 500 functions. Your kidneys, both of them, doing their work. Your 4 chambers of your heart simultaneously working. They are all doing exactly what they were called and designed to do. And there is nothing that you need to do about it. Consciousness itself is operating all the time, whether we sit back and recognize it or not. It is operating. It is. And when we can see that on a grand scale, pull that and see that creation, the Father, Most High, called all of creation, and we are all connected. That's just a basic truth. And there has to be a grand intelligence that binds us all, because we can process information in the same way. We learn language the same way. Everything is all that we're vessels. Our vessel is designed to function in that manner. That's its design. But that's not, again, you. Your vessel isn't you. Your spiritual essence came first. And to understand that your spiritual essence is the operator of this vessel, and it is surrendered onto the Spirit. And the Spirit is to be in alignment with the Father's will, because the Spirit is from heaven and it came to earth to do a service, to perform a work. And to come into that service, we must sit in wisdom and have discernment. And we have to be detached from what's happening, from what's coming in towards you. Otherwise, we can become a part of the chaos. So practicing detachment, again, practicing detachment. Today, we've gotten to 1, and we've read 1 a couple times, but today's Spirit says we're going to read number 2. Today, I will factor in uncertainty as an essential ingredient of my experience. In my willingness to accept uncertainty, solutions will spontaneously emerge out of the problem, out of the confusion, disorder, and chaos. The more uncertain things seem to be, the more secure I will feel. That's a word. The more uncertain things seem to be, the more secure I will feel, because uncertainty is my path to freedom. Through the wisdom of uncertainty, I will find my security. Through the wisdom of uncertainty, I will find my security. And I believe, Bhagavad Gita. The practice of pranayama is to achieve energy control. This stanza offers one proof out of many that the Bhagavad Gita, while embracing all paths to God, places special emphasis on Raja Yoga, in that it teaches how to achieve the goal, union with God, and doesn't merely say seek God. It is a way to achieve. Prana is often equated with the breath, and pranayama with breathing exercises. In fact, there is an intimate connection between breath and the flow of the energy in the body. Pramhansa Yogananda often said, breathlessness is deathlessness. Breathlessness is deathlessness. Yogic breathing exercises have the purpose of enabling the practitioner to rise above the body's normal need for breath. Breathlessness is not kumbhaka in the sense of forcibly retaining the breath. Now, rather, true kumbhaka comes when the body no longer requires air for its maintenance. The purpose of respiration is to expel carbon dioxide from the lungs and to take in oxygen. And pranayama exercises, the breath is used to produce a state of equilibrium in the body, in which state the physical activity of breathing is no longer required to maintain it in a condition of equilibrium. When one rises above the need to breathe, the heart pump also slows down and then stops altogether. There is a subtle connection through the medulla oblongata between the breath and the heartbeat. When breathing becomes unnecessary, the heartbeat, as just indicated, slows down and then stops. Between these two phenomena, the breath and the heartbeat on the one hand, the sensory awareness on the other, there is a close connection. The energy in the system's senses, as in the whole body, relaxes and withdraws, as happens indeed to a lesser degree in sleep. A sleeper may be called, and he may even be shaken, before he is even aware of being wanted. This diminished involvement with objective reality occurs because during sleep, the energy is partially withdrawn from the body, from the sense telephones, even as the tortoise withdraws its head and limbs into the shell. It is only when we turn off these senses that the mind can become wholly absorbed in the inner world of meditation. The energy and the motor nerves too must be withdrawn, as happens naturally when the senses are still. The center of the body's energy is in the spine. In deep meditation, that energy must be relaxed from the surface of the body and withdrawn up through the spine, through the chakras, into the brain. The normal outward flow of energy as it works to sustain the body must be reversed to upward flow. So not only do we flow upward, we flow downward, and that is the Kundalini. Kumbhaka starting Kundalini as well. Upward, downward, upward, downward. And when you can flow, feeling the fact that your breath, your heart rate, your all of your senses, the relaxation, coming to peace and calmness and control. You can pull back so deep into self and meditation and sit in a space where the spirit lives. That is the space where the spirit lives. And that is the space where you can go to have the intimacy, the closeness, the connectivity, the balance of source and spirit revealed onto you. Yeah. I know that last reading was a little bit long. If you guys stuck around here and made it to this point, I appreciate you, each and every one of you. This talk definitely didn't get it super animated because my voice, I have to save it. I mean, and it's not about, that. It's just like getting the meat of the message. You know, the ability to pull back into self-control and sit in a state of balance, to allow the energy that we receive in our vessel on a daily basis to come into us, to resonate in our centers, to be sent up to the Father for them, the source, the infinite intelligence, the Father himself, to reveal unto us, to bring it back in, for us to submit unto that will, willingly, recognizingly submit, and to act it out. That is being in the flow and in alignment truly with the source. And it doesn't mean that you have to do a deep meditation and all this stuff every time you need to make a decision. I literally will say, Spirit of Joy, would you like coffee or tea? And then Spirit will say tea. And I'd be like, oh, okay, let's tea. Or would you like water or coffee? Water. Bam, water. You know, you can feel it. It can happen. When you say, oh, I want to go, and you get a sense as something that urges you. What is it? A card? No. What is it? The body, you can feel your body pull you and guide you and direct you. Yeah, I can feel, you can feel your body communicate with you, your senses, your spiritual, again, that gut feeling. The gut, it tells you instantly. You get a gut feeling instantly. That is your body's response to tell you, no, hold up, pause, think about it, sit on it for a sec, right? And so you can see in your gut response that if you often lean into your first gut response, not you talked your gut out of its response. No, what did your gut say? When your gut said don't do that and you did it because you talked yourself out of it, that was you, your physical pseudo self controlling the, exercising its control. But what really should happen is that when that information came at you and that your gut said don't do that, you should be like, bet, don't do that. Let's flow over this way. Right? And when we get to that place where gut says don't do that, and you could be like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Gut says no, don't. Gut says yeah, let's do it, let's roll. And getting into that plane is like, that's where we practice meditation and sitting in the spirit so that you know thyself. Meditation and sitting in the spirit, quieting your mind, turning these information sense telephones off. What you hear, what you see, what you smell, even, even fasting, what you taste. That's why we fast. Pulling yourself back so you can get in touch with that spiritual you. Stay in tune there so that you can hear it. You can always know what it is telling you. How does it feel when it's moving you like that? Did you feel it? Did you feel it pull you? Did you feel it tell you? Did you feel it nudge you? When you are in close connection and so deep into your body and self, you will feel it. And then pretty much nothing won't get by you, because your whole vessel is designed to receive information. That's all it does, is receive information. And then we give it up to the Father. We receive the downloads, the answers, and we give the acting force. We push it out. We move into creation. We move creation according to what the Father just said. And the ability to pull all these pieces together and to mend these things is what's going to allow us to practice daily, to put practicality to what they are saying do. Right? Come into alignment with align your will with the Father's will. Well, how do you do that? Right? On a daily basis, like spiritually, daily walk, practicing back to that Adam walk, back to that Eve walk. How do we do that from here? Because if Adam is on this side, the Father, and Eve is on this side, we still got the Father right here. We walking right this here. We here. How do we do that, I think a part of my service is to talk about what I'm doing, what I've discovered. How do I bring these pieces together for edification unto self, edification unto other selves, so that we can collectively come Edify the source. Because my edification unto self is edifying unto source first and foremost. My spiritual self, my peace of self, my source that is me. The peace of source that is me. You edifying, you seeking diligently, getting those tendencies is edifying unto yourself and the source, the God that is up, that you are that piece of God itself. Again, I see you as God just like I am a piece of God. We are all pieces of creation, all of us. And it is your duty. You are here as heaven touching earth. Heaven touching earth for a purpose, for a reason. Called and numbered. Each and every piece of creation is called and numbered. If Source knows every grain of sand, how does it not know you, beloved? It does. And just because it knows sand here and you here does not mean it does not know every piece of creation that is everywhere. It does. Source knows all of itself is source. It knows all of it. That's like saying you don't know all of you. Well, we don't, because we don't self-discover, but source knows itself. That all it does is know, is discover. That is the point, to push creation forward, to create creation. And create it in such a way that creation now creates itself. Because when I birth out something, I'm a piece of creation creating. When that apple, the tree, the leaves and stuff fall, that apple, the fruit has seed. Now the seed, it goes back into the earth and it's recreating. It's self-sustaining. Creation, everything in it to create is written in you. The word is written in you. Everything that you need to create, to go forward, is wrote on you. And the way that you get it is to go in and discover what's already built inside. How you are designed and how are you connected. And how do you practice your connection? How do you remain in control and rooted and grounded in wisdom? And be unflexible, inflexible, and that unmoving, unchanged, because you are grounded and you are rooted in that, and you will not be moved. Because that knowingness that you are a piece of creation itself, a piece of the Most High God, as we all are, everything, that gives us not only pride that we are pieces of creation, but it gives us reverence and respect that each and one of us are pieces of creation. So not only do we have pride and love for self and respect and love for self, but we have pride in others and we respect others. It is again another example of giving and receiving, seeing them as self as I see self. It is a mirror. Can I see you as I see me? I don't know why the energy of the day is. It is uncertain. It really is. And we will see how this day unfolds. I pray that you received something from this message that will help you go forward or help in what you were seeking. I pray that the Father, the Most High God, and His intelligence and His connecting force, the spirit, breath of life that connect and bind us all, be with us and magnetizes the person, the weak, the energy to this space that needs this message, and that they share this message to others who may need it as well. Please, if you like the vibe and what we're bringing, and you can bring these pieces together, if you can vibe with me, if you can rock with your girl, Lati here. Because we channel from everything. It doesn't matter. Whether I got a voice or whether I don't got a voice, we're going to serve it out. We're going to push it out. Because that's what we're here to do. Source says, every day, we're going to get up and serve. Every day, we're going to get up and serve. So on this day, I pray that it is grand. I pray that it is merciful. I pray that it is gracious. And I pray that you feel your might and your strength, and that your counsel is with you. And that if you seek diligently your counsel first, you will feel that your spirit of counsel will move you just like that. When you move, it will be just like that, in alignment with the Father, starting first, the very beginning of the day, inside recognition, appreciation for the grace, for the mercy of the day, the opportunity, asking, recognizing, you are here, I am here, we are animated. Reveal unto me what is needed for the uncertainty of this day, and strengthen me and grounding me in knowingness that things are going to be uncertain. But yet, in each opportunity, there is a solution. There it is an opportunity for greatness and for beauty. I pray all of these things onto all of us, that we feel, that we come into remembrance that our spiritual self resides within, and that is the place that we are to take all of our sensory information, to have it processed through up onto the Father, up to the One, the Most High, to get our guidance and have it revealed onto us, that we are to surrender and submit to the guidance that we are receiving, and we are to take that, all of that energy, and to take it and push creation forward. And with that, I pray that you move forward boldly and confidence, in knowing that the uncertainty of life, the wisdom, the principal thing holds us all. We are all held in creation. There is nothing missing and there is nothing broken in the Most High God. I pray that you know that, and you are grounded in that, and you are rooted in that. Until the next time, y'all. Because we sure enough finally did get woke up. And it took us a little bit of time to get through that choppy prayer. But now that we did it, it's time to do this here. Because we know. We know. And I ain't got to spend a whole lot of energy doing it. I'm going to take it in here and let it sit. And pull it back and detach from that thing and just watch it for a second and see what Father say do. And when Father say, I'm going to say, no thank you. Or I'm going to say, Father, can you reveal unto me the words that I could say to make sure that we do this in the right way? Yeah. Because sometimes I don't know how to say no. And I be asking, how do I say no? Where I ask to not offend thee, to maintain relationships. Yeah, because sometimes you got to do that. Yeah. But I pray this day is just real late. Law of least effort. Law of least effort. I pray the law of least effort for all of us. That you go forth and that you take it into the kingdom. And that the kingdom says, yeah. And when you move, the kingdom moves, you move. And it really just flows out just like that. And you have some examples on how to do that. And you get the faith that, yeah, that's really just what it is. Like, it's just that simple. Is it just that simple? Yeah. Yep. The Most High God made everything. Everything in creation is made by the Most High God. Yep, it sure is. That's simple. We can agree on that. When we say we can agree that the Most High God made everything, then you can reverse it. Everything is made by God. And if everything is made by God, then there's a purpose and a design for it. I may not know what it is. That's the uncertainty of life, of wisdom itself. I don't know why he made it. He just did. It's not for me to question it. It's for me to, detach from that, because I really don't know. Maybe if I have enough mercy and days to discover and keep seeking the knowledge, he'll tell me. That's easy. It ain't even nothing to fight about. And I say that because, beloveds, we are over creation, all of us. Many of us, I can't call all because there's many of us that are peaceful, but most of the multitude is fighting over the face in the name of messengers instead of us practicing the messages of them that says to come into wholeness, to peace, to seek wisdom, and the pathway to peace is through wisdom. If we were to just come in alignment with the basic truths of what creation is and understand the pathway to peace is through wisdom and how do we attain that, it really wouldn't matter who said it. Because at the end of the day, all of them said that the Father, the creation, the source, the logos, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, right? So if we are to recognize the Father, the source, our creator, and not, we are to listen, we are to recognize the Father, we are to recognize the source, we are to give all worship unto the Father, all devotion unto the Father, who is our creator. By its intelligence did it create us. Its breath, its animating force binds us all. We are bound not only through its creation, its infinity, through its breath and source itself. Like it's like triple layer. You cannot escape the fact that creation is all one. It's all one creation. Everything in creation is whole. And that's why we can say we are whole, we are complete, and there is nothing missing. We are whole, we are complete. Creation is whole, creation is complete. Sometimes we overthink things, right? I used to be an overthinker. I'm a deep thinker. And because people who know me know that I'm a deep thinker, they often think that I'm always thinking deeply. That sounds like right? No. People who know me know that I'm a deep thinker. So when they talk to me, they often think that I'm thinking deeply. But I'm really not. Right now, I'm just real basic truth level. Basic truth. That the creator of all, our Father, the source, logos is the beginning. When we say alpha, that's logos. It is the beginning. The alpha and omega created all things. By its intelligence did it create us. It has a spirit, a binding spirit of connectivity. And we can say those three things, that's the basic. If we stop there, just stop, that the source called all of creation by its intelligence, and we are connected by its force, its spirit, that is so basic, there's nothing for us to argue about. Unless you just, either way, you are here, you are held in creation. And something, whether you, no matter how you get to it, whether you want to go the chicken or the egg, which one came first? Something made both. Something made the chicken or the egg. And that's just the is. And when we can get to the point that the Creator, the Source, the Most High, by its intelligence, made all things, and we are connected by its spirit, its breath of life, its spirit, its animating force that moves across all of creation, all of the all. We will stop fussing over who's delivered the message, and just to appreciate the fact that we got the message, that we remember that the message is here. Because they're bringing us into remembrance. Because you're heaven touching earth first. Heaven, earth first. Not the other way around. It wasn't that earth came to get to heaven. It's heaven touched earth. So heaven knows. Earth doesn't. So when we let heaven guide us, it's a whole different scenario. We will then have flipped it, flipped it, flipped it, flipped it. Thank you, Father, the Infinite, for helping me, because I had no idea how we was going to get this out, what we were supposed to be delivering on this day. We got through it, and with your guidance, thank you. I lay myself onto you to deliver these messages, all of you and none of me, all of you and none of me. Well, it's a mix. We co-create, do we not? Yes, we do co-create. So we ain't going to say that because we know that that would not be true. But at the end of the day, we have to surrender ourselves unto your will, and we come into alignment with the Most High God. Yes, we do. Because we know that it is your will that we serve, and it shall be done. Because every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that the Most High God, the Source, the Father, the Logos that called all things into existence, that's really all there is. And we can't get around that. I love y'all so much. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. If y'all made it with me, this is the longest session I think that we have done so far. It was definitely choppy, but I felt like it was needed. It was what the Father was telling me to say. And he had to work with me in this vessel to try to get it formulated and worked out. I mean, like, we ain't a person that sits down and put together messages and all that stuff before we turn on the camera. We make it an inspiration of what Spirit wants to say. It really depends on the day, right? Sometimes I can hear something and be channeling and be like, oh, Spirit said write that down. That's a word. We put it to the side for the note because we can't move on it right now. This morning, I was in meditation and I didn't know what Father wanted to do. We literally sat down in the chair and said, Father, what is it that you would like to say to your wheat field? Is there a message? And Father said yes, and went to the shelf and picked up the book and flipped to the page, and we started hitting record. So it was just real organic, and how it flowed out is how it was needing to flow based on what I needed for self-edification onto self and source, and edification onto other selves and back onto source. Because when we come into unity with this thing, we will come in and we will all edify source, because we called for good bread. Now, how good of a bread we're going to be is based on how edified we are and coming into unity. Coming into unity, my week. Yeah. Until the next time on the Tears and Week Tarot Show with your girl, Lati. Ashe.